Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another plan with me to share with you for the week of April 24th through April 30th of 2023. For this week, I pulled in the Sootball kit from Sweet Kawaii Design. It's very My Neighbor Totoro themed, and I am a big Studio Ghibli fan, so I really enjoyed using this kit for this week. If you do happen to hear any puppy noises in the background, Maisie is hanging out in my office and she just can't, that bed that she's laying on right now, just can't get it in the right position. So you may hear scratching noises or puppy snorts or things like that in the background. Before I get too far into this plan with me, I am going to start by answering the latest question that I had in my Q&A question list. The last question that I received was, do you still plan this way or have you switched your system since 2023? Now, I guess I should say, the way that my planner pages look at the end of the day is fairly consistent with what I did in 2023. However, the way that I go about planning may be slightly different. I'm still typically using some sort of label with an icon sticker or a character sticker and either writing in what I did for that particular item or using a script sticker. And that's something that I've kind of been doing for quite a while, actually, for a number of years. Even before 2023, I really stopped using a lot of checklists and things like that in my planner. So that part of my planning has been fairly consistent for the last, I don't know, maybe 5 years at least. I think once I really got into my industry job and started working basically a normal 9 to 5 consistently is when I really switched up my planning style and removed all of the checklists that I used to use when I was in school and in grad school. And really switched over to this primarily, icon, text, label combination, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. So yeah, I've been planning in this visual style for quite a while, but what has kind of changed is whether I am actually planning or whether I'm creating a memory spread. And more recently, life has just been really, really busy. And I haven't really had the time to sit down and think about what I'm doing the next day and put it in my planner. So it's most of the spreads that you see from me are going to be rewind spreads. And that's a bit more true now than even it was in 2023. In 2023, I would, every day at least, for the most part, after work or something like that, that would be my relaxed time, come up to my planner desk, actually record the different things that I did for that day. And then, just basically write everything down that I had done that day. And if the day wasn't over yet and there were a couple things I still wanted to do, I would put those in my planner as well. However, more recently, it's just been too busy to do that. I don't have the time to sit and plan every day. And frankly, having an autoimmune disease, having a chronic illness kind of dictates a bit more of my life than I would like for it to. So that just means, if there's a day where I have a really bad migraine, I'm obviously not going to be able to do, a ton of laundry and a ton of dishes and go play volleyball if that's, on the docket initially. And so it's really more just playing it by ear. But what I do find my planner is really useful for is making sure that I don't overdo it, especially having things like chronic back pain and consistent migraines. I won't call my migraines chronic because I very definitely used to have chronic migraines, and I feel like I've, for the most part, kind of gotten out of that phase. I just get them frequent, but not chronic. Anyway, My planner is still a really useful tool to look back at the day and go, oh yeah, maybe I overdid it the day before. Maybe I shouldn't quite do that as frequently as I would like to, because that's if you have chronic illness and maybe you can relate. It's very frustrating having a chronic illness and having to kind of like base your plans for the day around how you're feeling and gauge what your body needs for that particular day. That can be really frustrating, especially if, you know, for so many years before being diagnosed with a chronic illness, you've been able to do a lot more. It's like that frustration between, I used to be able to do all of these things and now I can't, is real. And sometimes I'm a little too optimistic for what I think I have the energy or the space for that particular day. And it's really helpful for pattern recognition for me to be able to take a look at what I did the previous day and go, yeah, okay, yeah, I definitely did too much. maybe I shouldn't do this to myself, you know? So yeah, effectively, my planner looks pretty much the same as how it used to in 2023, but just the method for planning and the timing for the planning for me is different. Currently, in 2025, I am planning for like the week prior. So like on Sunday, I will sit down and plan, quote unquote, plan, memory keep, like the entirety of that week prior. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my brain. I just don't know if it makes sense out loud. But yeah, basically at the end of the week, I'm recording everything that I had done for the previous week, and I'm just keeping track of everything that I do in my notes app, in my phone. And even just doing that is really helpful for me to recognize when I've overdone it or not. So in that way, my planner is still very much functional for me, even if I'm not really using it to plan and I'm more so using it to memory keep. So hope that helps. I will say, if there are any stickers that you're curious about, all of the shops will be listed and linked if they're still open in the description box below. If they're no longer open, I will let you know that as well in the description box. And if there's any particular sticker that you're really curious about, and you're not familiar with the shops that I have listed and linked in the description box, feel free to leave me a comment and I will let you know where that is from. So that is pretty much it for this spread. I'm kind of just wrapping up Sunday. I know I yapped through the whole, almost a little over 8 minutes this spread answering that question, but hope that was helpful. This is the spread in full and everything that I had left in this kit. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Take care, everyone.